Hello and welcome everybody to Game 2 of AiHonor versus LiquidTLO from the WCG Qualifiers. As I said, this is Game 2. It is a best of 3. In Game 1, we saw some extremely aggressive play from LiquidTLO where he was able to utilize medevac drops with, or Marauder drops with medevacs in a very, very aggressive fashion, was able to keep Honor just from producing any units at all, really, by continually sniping pylons and taking out warp gates left and right, as well as the tech structures of Honor. So Honor was dealt a ton of damage and was unable to keep up with the macro of TLO, and TLO took Game 1 with just, oh my god, that aggression was just such a strong play there from TLO. So we're going to see if in Game 2 TLO can go for more aggression, and both players actually scouting into the wrong positions right now. Get them both scout each other at exactly the same moment. And we're going to see if Honor can actually come back from his loss against TLO in Game 1. As I said, in Game 1, Honor is actually a very, very good player. He's ranked very high Grandmasters in the European ladder, so I expect very, very strong play from him. He was definitely a strong player in Game 1, just unable to hold up to that super aggression of TLO. I don't think I actually get a chance to mention the map or the spawning positions in this game yet, so let's do that right now. Spawning here is the purple Protoss in the bottom right corner of Shakuras Plateau. Is of course AiHonor, as you have seen if you've been watching this game the past minute or so. Spawning here in the top left corner of Shakuras Plateau as the Red Terran, we have Team Liquid's TLO. Very, very happy with his win in Game 1. Now going into Game 2, he has managed to go for a similar build. Got that early refinery up. Interestingly enough, he mined his 100 gas and then he stopped mining gas. Definitely something worth noting, as he is now, his factory is now coming up, but he is not going to be needing any more gas for whatever kind of build he's going to be going for. Honor going for a much more standard build. He does have his double gas up right now. Warp gate research is on the way. One stalker just now popping out onto the field. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go poke into the base of LiquidTLO, and we have a second gateway now coming down for Honor. Looks like TLO stopped mining that gas so that he could start getting his expansion, as he has just now thrown down a command center. Looks like he's going to be going for a bit of an expansion. In the meantime, one stalker and one probe actually coming into the base of TLO right now, getting some good scouting information. Has not yet seen that expansion. No, he hasn't seen the expansion yet, but looks like he's going to steal some minerals. And in the meantime, he's going to come back through here. He must be a little suspicious, though. He did see that there is no gas mining on that refinery. Has to be a little suspicious of an expansion going down. And yes, he just barely saw that expansion there. In the meantime, this one stalker is retreating right now from this Hellion, and it looks like it actually did get picked off by that Hellion, surprisingly, as the stalker does beat a Hellion 1 versus 1. This Hellion just now sneaking into the base of Honor is managing to get a lot of scouting information here. Sees that there is 2 gateways, no particularly scary hidden tech right now for Honor. Seeing that Honor is going for very, very standard play so far. No expansion has gone down yet for Honor, but his warp gate tech is just about to be finishing. The Hellion does go down, and it looks like LiquidTLO is going to be going for a little bit more macro style of a game, as he is now expanding, having not done too much aggression, scouting with a couple of Hellions just like he did in Game 1, but he's going to be throwing up a bunker now. Looks like he's going for an identical build from Game 1. Going to have to see if this build works out for him a second time. I should note that it's not completely identical. It's close to identical. He did not stop mining gas in his previous build to get down that command center early. He did continue to mine gas and got up a fairly fast starport so that he could get those medevacs and start doing drops. But it looks like in this game he's going to be more comfortable going for a more macro style. I like that from TLO, just because in this map, on Shakuras Plateau, this can be a very, very easy natural expansion to take, so you definitely want to take it as soon as you can, just because by defending just this one ramp, you can actually defend both your bases from early aggression, because all those early attacks are mostly going to be ground attacks. So early expanding on Shakuras Plateau, always a good idea if you can manage to do it. Robotics facility now up for Honor. A couple of observers now on the way, moving across the map, going to scout exactly what's going on in the base of TLO. In the meantime, we see that 4 warp gates are down, so it looks like we are going to have 4 gates and 1 robo on 2 base. Second expansion just now finishing. TLO is just a little bit ahead of Honors, as TLO's been mining for a while. If we check out the Harvester tab right now, we can see that Honor is up 34 to 32, but just like in Game 1, he is 2 Harvesters behind. Or he is 2 Harvesters ahead, but he is behind in the resource collection rate. That is because of those wonderful mules that Terran have, able to mine quite a few minerals at a time. In the base of Honor right now, it looks like Honor is going for a similar style of just sitting back, not going for too heavy of an aggressive style of play. He's just going to sit in his base, keep his units at the front, make sure he defends well while he gets up all the tech structures that he needs. Now we are seeing more observers being sent out onto the field right now. This is always a smart play. Something I love to do when I play as Protoss is have a lot of observers on the map. I think that's because I'm mainly a Zerg player. I main as Zerg, and so when I have overlords and it's basically like having free map hacks all the time, then I kind of miss it as I play Protoss, and I always feel like when I play Protoss and Terran, I'm kind of in the dark. So I love getting out these observers fast when I play Protoss. Oh god, I just choked on my own saliva. That's attractive. Okay, back into this game. As I said, we have these observers that are well placed, very well placed, right at the front of TLO's base. He's going to be able to see any time that TLO starts to move out. In the meantime, he's going to be able to just get up his tech. He is indeed getting out a double forge right now, so we're going to be seeing some double upgrades, still continuing to produce observers, getting a ton of observers. This is more than even I get when I play Protoss. That is a lot of observers to have a lot around on the map, but since he's not controlling those Zelnaga towers, then this is actually a good way to keep up a decent amount of map control, though it is a little gas heavy. Looks like in the base of TLO right now, looks like we have 2 bunkers up right now. He's going for more barracks. 2 barracks were up previously. He's throwing down 2 more right now. Factory has gone down. The starport is now up with a reactor. He's now double producing those medevacs, and now we will see if TLO is going to be yet again going for that drop play. Looks like TLO is actually going to be expanding on his 3rd base, so it looks like we're going to be seeing 3 bases here for TLO. Looks like he's going to be going for some aggression on 3 base, as he's finally just now sending out his medevac. This medevac is loaded up right now with 3 Marauders and a Ghost. He's going to be able to deal some massive damage to the worker lines here if he's able to get back in there. But no, actually, this observer in such a good position right now is able to perfectly see this drop that is being prepared here by TLO. So looks like the forces of Honor are going to be more than prepared to deal with this kind of attack from TLO. Again, it's just such good observer placement right now. He's got observers all around his base. He knows that he fell to drop play in Game 1, so he's keeping all these forces all around. And because Shakuras Plateau is a map that's just a little bit easier to defend, looks like he's going to be taking advantage of that, keeping all his units nice and tightly packed together, and going to try to defend these drops much, much better this time. He does not have nearly the surface area. And what is this? We actually have a nuke coming down for TLO, but wow, nice blink down by Honor. With this observer in place, he's able to quickly snipe the Ghost, and that nuke is completely destroyed. In the meantime, TLO trying to move up the ramp of AiHonor, but wow, so many forces here for Honor. Very nice little defense there, nice force field. I love this light force field play, this very, what do I want to call it? I'm not even sure what I want to call it. It's very thin force field usage. It's definitely, man, I cannot think of words. I'm stuttering all day today. So these force fields, I like this very slim force field usage just because you want to try to use, or you want to be as efficient as possible with those sentries by just throwing down 1 force field. You can decide later, depending on what your opponent does, to either back off and allow him to walk through those force fields, or you can, if your opponent decides to actually come through those force fields, place down a 2nd force field and cut off a good number of units there. And this means that you're going to save up a lot of energy on those sentries. Definitely smart play there from AiHonor. Looks like Honor is now going to be moving out with his Blink Stalkers. We can see that 2 Colossi are now actually on the production tab. Thermal Lance coming down, so we are going to be seeing a lot more of those Colossus from AiHonor. And will TLO be getting a lot of Vikings to deal with this? If we check out the Viking count right now, we can see that the Viking count is currently only at 4 Vikings. He's going to need a little more than that if he's going to want to be able to deal with the Colossi of AiHonor. But looks like Honor content now to just sit back. Feels good about defending that attack, stopping that nuke at the bottom of his main expansion, and it looks like he's just going to throw down a third. So we are seeing a third now from AiHonor, and amazingly, Honor is actually ahead in the food count right now. TLO just not being nearly effective, as effective as in Game 1 with this aggression. Looks like he's going to be going again for some more aggression. TLO trying to keep up that aggressive style from Game 1, but I don't know. AiHonor is getting way ahead in the food count. He's already up at 160 food. TLO's just at 150 right now, just barely reaching 150, and so Honor's going to be quite prepared to deal with any kind of this early aggression. He has 3 Colossi currently on the field. There are currently only 4 Vikings on the field right now, and a lot of ground units here for TLO. I think AiHonor is going to be in a very good position to defend against this. The Guardian Shield does go down, and it looks like Honor is going to be now moving in to try to deal as much damage as he can to the forces. EMP is going down on all these units for Honor. Nice EMPs there. Didn't get too many of the sentries, but took out a lot of the shields of the Stalkers and the Zealots. But one Colossus does fall, but the other 2 are still up, and these Vikings are getting very low in health. The forces of AiHonor are now moving forward. Only 6 food lost there for AiHonor. Honor still in a very good place, warping in a lot more units behind this. 160 food to about 150 food continues to be about the standard for these 2 players right now. And looks like Honor's just now going to be taking his third and maybe going for a little bit of aggression, as yes, we can see that he's now moving his forces just a little bit, putting him in a good position to defend his third expansion as well as his natural. TLO not quite sure what he wants to do right now, not going for the heavy drop play as he saw that his drop was spotted immediately. He might assume that there are observers all over the map now, and so yes, one other ghost actually coming in and being picked off right away, tried to get a nice EMP off, but was not able to quite get it off. AiHonor is going to have to be very, very careful about how he controls these units because he knows that ghosts are on the field now. He's going to need to be very careful not to have all his units clumped up too tightly, or they will fall to all those ghost EMPs. The forces of TLO now moving forward trying to deal some damage. I don't know about this attack though. He does not have all his forces clumped into a ball yet, and yes, he is now going to be pulling back to try to force all his forced into a ball. I like this unit spread here from TLO. He's trying to spread his units out so that the moment he attacks, he's going to have a very, very wide concave and be able to just have positive concave on Honor and hopefully deal a lot of damage here. But Honor decided to get very aggressive. Guardian Shield going down. Zealots moving out right now to try to take a lot of the damage. They do get a nice EMP off from TLO on those ghosts, but Honor continuing to push forward despite having all that damage dealt. Colossi being microed back. These Vikings all being pulled into the Stalkers. The Vikings fall. This means that these Colossi are going to be in a very good position to deal a lot of damage with nothing able to deal any more damage. The blink forward with the Stalkers from Honor and all the SCVs now being pulled from TLO to try to defend against this attack, but there are so many Colossi here. More forces streaming in right now from Honor, and it looks like TLO is going to be forced to get very defensive. I don't know if TLO is going to be able to hold off this much. 4 Colossi still up. That is a lot of Colossi for Honor. If we check out the food count right now, 153 food to 95 food for TLO. TLO not in a good spot, being forced to lift his third expansion. Honor now taking a 4th base as he denies this 3rd base. TLO trying to take a 4th base to try to replace this 3rd that he just lost, but it looks like Honor's going to be in a very, very good position here to deal a lot of damage. I will be interested to see whether he's going to move in here and try to deal some more damage and try to get a killing blow here, or whether he's just going to pull back, knowing that he is now 1 expansion ahead of TLO. The 3rd, I don't think this 4th has quite yet been scouted. No, it has not yet been scouted for Honor, but knowing that he took out a lot of workers here, if we check out the workers killed tab, we can see that 22 workers have been killed for Honor, so Honor is in a very good position right now. 176 food now to the 110 food of TLO, 71 harvesters to 50 harvesters. Honor is just in a very good position to win this game. 4 Colossi, 5 Colossi here now, moving in with a lot of Zealots, a lot of Stalkers. Another Viking gets picked off here. The Stalkers are now blinking forward. SCVs are going to be forced to be pulled off the line. No, TLO is not going to pull off the line, and no, he is just going to GG, and that means that Honor is going to be taking Game 2, and we are going to be going to Game 3, ladies and gentlemen, to see who will be qualifying to compete in the WCG right after this.